What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So in today's video is going to be slightly different to my follow along workouts, but it is actually my 1 year update on my hair transplant. I'm just going to tell you and go through the processes of like what I found really good about within the year. What are the kind of side effects I've been having in the last, say, 6 months since I've done my previous 6-month update, and just the kind of common questions that I get to tell you guys that if somebody's on the other side of the screen watching this and was thinking about getting a hair transplant, then you might want to take these things into consideration. So my first point, which I've just got my phone, just took a couple of notes down, so if I am looking down at the screen, it is literally to do with my phone, so I didn't want to miss any points out on it. So yeah, first one, a lot of people ask me, where did I get it done? So I actually went abroad to a place that is Istanbul. The company that I actually went to was called Now Hair Time, but I went through this platform first, where it's more of like a support, which is called CUNA Medical, which is like you can basically get support, you can ask them questions, you can actually have like FaceTime calls, a consultation call before actually like, you know, committing to saying paying for the money and going abroad and that. And it's not only that, it's more just giving you reassurance that you're speaking to a professional as well. They sort out your transport from the actual airport in Turkey to take you to the hotel and things like that. So it's really, really good. I'll leave the link down below so you can take action and just literally straight through to the website, and you can see like other things. It's not just hair transplants they do loads of things like cosmetics, teeth and things like that. So again, it's really good, and it just made me feel, you know, reassured that I was speaking to somebody that, one, was fluent in English. It wasn't somebody that didn't really understand me. It was more to sort of like, you know, basically just that was like a big factor for me when I was going to abroad, is that I could actually have a conversation with them in my own language. So that was the first point. And I'm still touching upon this because I think it's really important, because I think a lot of people are quite scared of like going abroad, but actually like the surgeons over there and for like hair and teeth thing, I think they're like the best in the world. Like when I went there was people from all over the world, like Americans, Australians, Germans, you know, it was just literally not just Turkish people, for example. And not only that, where, you know, you get the support through to like booking things, but also the aftercare of it is insane. So they're always checking up on you. You can always just reach out to them through the platform itself. If you were just having maybe some side effects or anything like that, if you had more questions, you know, the aftercare and stuff. So they're just like hands-on and like super, super good. Like I could probably just go on my phone right now and message them, and I'll just get a response within the few hours. So definitely check them out, and that's the link that I booked the website through to go to Now Hair Time. So definitely check it out if you're thinking about doing that. In terms of cost, so I spent about, I think it was about £2,000 for the actual hair transplant, and then that was another fee on top, was where, you know, my flights on top of that. So I can't remember what my flights were now. I think they're in about, because I only live not too far from the airport, it was around, I think, about £200, maybe less, for the flights there and back. So, you know, the package itself is included with, you know, the transport and the hotel that you're staying at, with like, you know, the breakfast and things. If you go back to my old videos, the first one, you can see like the hotel and everything like that. It's absolutely insane. If it was a 5-star hotel, it was a Movenpick hotel, so it was really good. And then, yeah, we're going to get actually into the side effects, or not so much the side effects, or like the common things that people ask me of, like, what's going on in terms of like the hair, is it come through, is it good, etc. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see in the camera too much, but I had around 2,800 grafts on my hair, and it was mainly on the front line, as you can see from old pictures. I'll put them somewhere up here, and they just spread the rest through sort of the crown area. One of the things that I see a lot of people do, you know, a couple of friends that have had hair transplant, is that they get quite a bit of scarring on the back of their head where they take the hair from, the grafts from the donut area. And for myself, I do not have any scarring whatsoever. I think primary to that is because of, one, the surgeons were really good. Two, they took like super extra care of my scalp, because when I went there, I actually, when they shaved my hair off, if you looked like again in the first video, I had something which was called dermatitis. So it's just basically when my scalp was really dry, and when I first like had that like initial chat about, you know, them, like me having dermatitis. I was like, oh God, I'm not going to get it done. What am I going to do? I'm stuck in a country that, you know, I don't know what's going on. Am I going to get my hair transplant? But all they did, they made me stay an extra day or two. I think it was one day, gave me some antibiotics and just to help clear it up, and then did the operation. So that in itself just makes me like very grateful that they're not just going to chuck me in the surgery room and just butcher my head, and then when I get home it's going to be, you know, I'm going to be suffering with lots of side effects from that and infections and things. But they actually didn't do that. So they're not just going to do that. They won't operate on you if they don't feel that it's the right thing to do. So again, very professional, very, very good, and very good at communicating that information back to me as well. In terms of medication and things, a lot of people ask me if I'm on sort of different like lotions and potions and things. The only one that I kind of take on a daily basis is 0.5 milligram of finasteride. So I've been doing like, these are 1 gram tablets, so I just bite half of it off and just take it, you know, half a day. I've done that up to about a year, maybe a little bit over the year, but in the last sort of month or two, I've just stopped taking them, not primarily because you know, I just feel like they're affecting me, or I've completed it. It's more sort of just like, one, I've kind of actually forgot to kind of do it, and two, I don't feel that I need to do it as so often, like to just give it a little bit of a break. But they do like, you know, PRP as well is important. I've never had the PRP done, but all I did was like, obviously, you know, scalp care, because that was one of the main concerns for me with like the dermatitis, is to get that cleaned up, and just make sure I use them like decent chemical-free, you know, shampoo and condition things. But finasteride is definitely the one that I've been doing. It obviously prevents any more hair loss. So I've just been taking that for the year. They only say you need to take a year above, but most people do take it for like year rounds. Again, 0.5 milligrams. It's not like a super toxic amount or anything like that. I didn't see any, you know, negative effects from that. So yeah, that was kind of like, yeah, what I did, and I've kind of just stopped. But I will probably eventually go back on it. I'm not saying I'm not going to do that again, but remember, one, it's quite costly. I think it was like, I don't know, I can't remember, £60 for maybe 2 or 3 months worth of supply of that. So for some people that might be a bit of a stretch, especially if they've, you know, spent all that money on the hair transplant. But like I said, if you're going to invest in something like the hair transplant, you want to do it properly, and you want to do the aftercare as, you know, as best as you can, not alongside with the, you know, the medication, and also like your diet and your lifestyle. So if you're somebody that is literally like, you know, going out boozing all the time, getting really late nights, poor sleep, not exercising regularly enough, like all those things are going to have an effect on like the recovery phase and also the growth of your hair. So yeah, that's kind of what I said to a lot of people. It's not just about having the operation and then you go back to like whatever you want to do. I think you need to kind of have that aftercare, as well as like, you know, mental health, all the things that make us feel good for sure, and also just looking after your diet and sleep. That is really important for like hair growth itself, and just make sure you do that regularly, not just like for 1 week and then stop and then go back into it again. But if you have any questions, guys, please let me know down in the comments. I know I got a lot of comments on the previous videos that I've done, the first initial one, and then I did the 6 months, so make sure you go check those out. I will put them in the link somewhere at the bottom, so you can just kind of like go from the update. But in terms of like my hair growth, as you can see, let me just step back so I'm not in the thing, but this has got like no products in it at all. I will put some like before and after, like the kind of stages through it, but in terms of like how I feel about my hair now, like I feel like, you know, it's done me wonders in terms of confidence. I can actually style my hair differently. So before I had my hair transplant, I actually had quite long hair, so I used to kind of like slick it over, but now I just have it short. It's pretty weird that you go to get your hair done because you're not that confident, because obviously you're receding, but then, you know, you fill it in and then, you know, you just have a bit of a crew cut, which I've been kind of rocking for the last couple of months and things. And, you know, it like, I don't feel like, oh, I don't want like the barber to see your hair. So if you are someone on the other side of the screen and you're thinking like you're a bit like conscious about your hair or anything, there is options out there to, you know, do other things. But like, firstly, what I would say is literally click that link in the bio, go to this website, Quinoa Medical, and just speak to somebody. Like it's free to speak to them, but if you want to like sign up and you know, go ahead with that surgeon or, you know, the place of the clinic that you found, then you don't have to do that straight away. You can actually speak to someone, have a consultation, and just find out a bit more about it. And that's what I did, because I was a bit like, do I get it in England? Do I get it over there? And I just shopped about a bit. But like I said, The clinic itself was called Now Here Time, but I went through these guys, just a initial consultation. How long is the procedure going to be? Is it painful? What am I going to do after? Like, they literally give you this big package of like support, and like they're super professional guys. So yeah, you don't want to like go anywhere else, in my opinion. Like, I've had a lot of people who have had transplants in the last couple of years, like a couple of my friends, and they did not get any of that beforehand or even during it, so definitely check them out. And like I said, you can save some money if you want to click the link at the bio to go through the website. But like I said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. It is Christmas time. We're supposed to be chilling out and things. So hope everybody had a very good Christmas. And I will hopefully see you in the next video in terms of a workout. But if you have any questions, drop them below, smash the thumbs up, and I'll see you shortly.